Cassava gari is a fermented product that is made from cassava. And for gari making, it is recommended that you use the bitter cassava because it is not recommended for direct consumption. The process of gari making will lower the level of the toxic substance in cassava, making it acceptable for the consumer. Freshly harvested cassava is recommended for processing if you want a very good quality product. Harvesting should be done at the right time because when the cassava becomes over mature, it becomes very unfit for processing. That is, it develops fibers, which even when grating becomes difficult to pass them through the machine. Start by peeling it. The cyanogenic glucosides are normally concentrated around the pith and the peel, which is what is normally removed. After peeling, clean potable water should be used during washing. After washing, the cassava will normally be introduced into the grating machine. Grating normally exposes the enzyme linamarinase to the substrate linamarin, degrading it, and the resultant compound is hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide will escape in gaseous form or flow out in liquor when the cassava root is macerated. After grating, you end up with a cassava mash, and this mash is what is introduced in the nylon bags and later taken to the dewatering machine. During dewatering, there is a process that starts, which is fermentation. Fermentation will take a normal 2 to 3 days, after which it degrades the cyanogenic glucosides. Some of the hydrogen cyanide that results will escape in gaseous form, and the rest flows out in the liquor when the product is being dewatered. What results when the pressing is done is known as a cassava cake or the press cake. So the press cake is what is harvested and broken into small pieces, a process that is called breaking of the cake. After breaking of the cake is normally sieved to make the particles of even granulation. When cassava is over mature, it has a problem even when it is being grated. So you find that some pieces may be too big and others are too small. So sieving ensures that you have a product that is of even granulation. Roasting is the most sensitive part of gari making. And during roasting, oil is normally rubbed on the surface of the pan, and this is done to prevent the product from sticking onto the surface of the pan. After the product is introduced, very low heat should be started with and then gradually increased. And the reason is, if you start with very, very high heat, this will lead to the product being charred at the end of the process. Roasting should be done until the product attains a moisture content of 45 to 50%. This is important because if the moisture content is above that, your chances are mold will grow and therefore the product will be unfit for human consumption. Another thing that is very critical is at this point, the remaining hydrogen cyanide, which we have been trying to eliminate through the various stages, such as the fermentation and the dewatering, is finally lost completely at this stage. Packaging should be done in well-sealed polythene bags, and this is essential because this product should have a shelf life of 1 year. Gari has a lot of advantages. First of all, it has a very, very long shelf life, taking that cassava has a natural shelf life of 2 to 3 days. When you process it into gari, it will extend for up to 1 year on shelf. various ways of utilizing cassava gari, that is as breakfast cereal, as a side dish in a meal like in lunch and dinner, and finally the utilization of gari in confectionery. We have chosen to make mandazi from gari. We're going to use a ratio of 20% of the gari and 80% of the flour.
This is so nice. Delicious.
Depending on the small pieces. The various color combination of curry, sprinkle, powder.
The thing is very sweet.
That is the reason why gari remains a very important product from cassava.